If it's a day called today, we're talking guitars and life. Let's get into it. Alright my friends, I've got the implements of destruction. Oh man. Hey, most important is these peanut butter filled pretzels, Jack, and Diet Coke, phosphorus pretzel. So, for those of you who bought an AKLOT kit guitar or any guitar, and you are going to assess your frets to see if you have anything that's unlevel, first thing that you want to do is you want to get a notched straight edge like this, using Nomad notched straight edge. Guys, you can find them on Amazon. Just know that sometimes these things aren't exactly true. This one and the Music Nomad are pretty much identical. So I've got a little bit of a bow in this. So I'm going to be releasing this truss rod just a little bit to straighten this out, Jack. So that's what I'm doing, man. What are you guys working on, man? Alright, my friends, a little bit of a tweak to the truss rod. We've got us a flat guitar neck, baby. So we're going to check us some frets, Jack. That's what we're going to do. I've already checked them once, and I had unlevel frets, but, you know, I've had the guitar a couple days, and things have acclimated a little bit. Maybe things settled in, maybe they didn't, Jack. I'm going to eat pretzels and check frets. This apparatus is called a fret rocker. And you'll see that on the sides of this, I have sanded it on a very flat surface because it was super scratchy. I got this fret rocker in a Luthier kit that I bought on Amazon when I was just getting started. And it came in a baggie just like this one. And if you were to pull this bad boy out and look at it, the edges of this are kind of, they're not super sharp, but they're sharp, i.e. unnecessarily scratch your frets, which if we have high frets, we're going to level them and we're going to crown them and we're going to polish them anyway. And polishing means you take sandpaper and you sand out any tool marks. So anyway, this is a fret rocker, and the way you get this done, everybody, is you take 3 frets, take the long side, you put them on the frets, and you see if you can rock it. And if the house isn't rocking, you don't bother knocking, baby. Yeah. Copyright. Alright, you hear that little bit of rattle? What that tells me is that this fret right here is higher than the other frets. So what that means is that when you fret the notes that are before that high fret, you may experience some buzz. A little bit of buzzalicious. Yeah. Okay, you hear the rocking? Okay, so you got another high fret right here. Keeps marking. Guys, don't put the marker up, man. You're not done with it. It's alright, I found it. Whew, I thought we were getting fired. Yeah, if anybody ever gets fired, it's going to be you, Mr. Critic. You're the first one to go, baby. I'm telling you. Nobody likes you, dude. Now, sometimes it'll rock up top or on the bottom of this fingerboard, as it were. In the middle, it doesn't rock, but on the bass side it does. So sometimes a fret will just be high on either the top or the bottom, sometimes only the middle. This one is high on the top and the bottom. Yep. All right, let me check these frets and eat some pretzels. You get the idea of what I'm doing, right, Jack? All right. Well, guys, on a sad note, what really goes great with those peanut butter filled pretzels are almond M&Ms or peanut filled M&Ms, and we all out of those, Jack. I thought y'all needed to know that, baby. All right, last one. Now, I know this one's high because I can still see my markings from the review, but I'm going to go ahead and mark it again because some of it's scratched off while I was playing it. All right, my friends. On this particular guitar neck at this point in time, we've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 frets that need attention. It was 4 the other day. Anybody remember that? Well, my friends, I've had this guitar a few days. The weather here has shifted. I don't know if those frets are shifting or how that's even possible. Maybe I just didn't do it well the first night. Maybe I was too giddy about the AKLOT or AKLOT guitar kit. Who knows, my friends? I just know I've got 7 unlevel frets. Hey, timestamped the video for you. Today is the day where my dear brother J-Man tested some spot leveling tools, man. Check out J-Man's channel. If you guys don't run with J-Man, guys, you need to, man. Cool cat, great content, no nonsense dude. So, because we've got 7 frets, my friends, we are not in any measure of the imagination going to try to do these one at a time. So, there's a couple things about doing fretwork that I'll just bring to everybody's attention. One is, sometimes on a guitar neck, you can have sharp fret ends. If you have sharp fret ends, there are fret end files like these two. This is a StuMac. This is a Fret Guru. Any kind of file would do. However, the Fret Guru has been my go-to. I tried this StuMac one in a recent video, but it's just so flimsy, man. I just didn't dig it. Now again, I'm going to put that on me because they had several sizes and I got the smallest one probably because it was the cheapest and I'm cheap. It's a budget channel. It is a budget channel. Thank you, Mr. Critic, for weighing in. I'm here to help you. Oh, you're going to help me now? Yes, that's why I'm here. Okay. Anyway, don't worry, guys. The critic is not here to help. Don't let anybody rent space in your head, guys. Anyway, so we don't have sharp fret ends, so we do not need our fret end files. So that's a good word. Hey, man, some guys say don't put any snacks on your workbench, like your peanut butter filled pretzels or your Diet Coke, because you might almost spill your Diet Coke, just like I did, baby. Let's have a pretzel and consider the validity of that argument. Well, my friends, in other sad news, I'm out of pretzels. Never enough pretzels, guys. Never enough pretzels. Still haven't oiled my chair. Could you please oil the chair and stop talking about pretzels? Well, maybe I could do that, Mr. Critic, if it would make you happy, although I imagine nothing will make the critic happy. All right, my friends. So, fretwork's what we're talking about today. So, these frets are beveled pretty well. I don't know if you could see that in the camera or not. So, sometimes, though, you'll have frets that sort of stand straight up, and maybe you would want to bevel them. In other words, angle them down. To do that, you would use something like a beveling level. Guys, don't mind the tooling marks here, man, where the wood got chewed up on that. Those are love marks from when I was learning to use this particular tool. Some would say I still don't know how to use it, but there you go, Jack. It has 2 surfaces on it. One is flat and one is kind of more radius, probably about a 9.5 here and pretty much a 12 on this side. And the point of that is that it depends on the radius of your frets. But if you needed to do that, you would take this file and you would go down the side of it here. And that angle in that file would file all of these frets down at an angle. These frets are beveled fairly well, so I'm not going to be worried about that. I don't have any sharp fret ends. However, when I go to polishing the frets, which will no doubt be a fast forward activity, because if I don't fast forward, my vids are 3 hours long and nobody wants that, Jack. I'm going to take my sandpaper down the sides of these as well. Okay. The other thing to note about this fingerboard, it is copacetically a 12-inch radius board. These are my Music Nomad radius gauges, and I really like those a lot. Hey, Mike, not a sponsored video. Oh, Mike, bless your heart, man, for putting up with my shenanigans. Anyway, 12-inch radius, my friends, so we do have 7 frets that need adjustment. I'm not chasing those, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my 12-inch Guyker sanding beam, and I'm going to put some 320 adhesive tape on this beam, and then I'm going to be filing down those frets. Okay, so what I'm going to do to guide me with that in just a moment, I'm going to mark all my frets. After I mark all my frets, I'll put my 320 grit sandpaper on the sanding beam, and I will go down the whole length of the guitar neck so that each of those frets is radiused and the same height. When I'm done doing that, you will see me take the fret rocker and check everything again. Guys, I use the fret rocker before, during, and after, man. Every time I do something, I check my work with the fret rocker to make sure everything is copacetically level. Because you never know, Jack, when something's going to pop up on you. All right, now, that said, we're going to take our... Now, I'm going to use a Guyker sanding beam. Guys, these are like $40, but there's two radius styles to this. One side is 12, one side is 16-inch radius. Okay, you could buy something like a Kayash Music wooden thing. This is not as true in my judgment as this is, but you could buy something like this for 16 bucks, but you would need the 12-inch radius. Okay, set that to the side so I can just moving stuff out of the way little by little. All right, so after I put my 320 grit sandpaper on my beam, I'm going to mark all of the frets, and after I mark all the frets, I'm going to tape off up here, okay, because I don't want to accidentally scratch the headstock. And after I'm done doing that, I will file the frets. Again, we're looking for the same radius and the same height all the way down the fingerboard. After I do that, I will tape off 11 with several pieces of tape, because you can sand through 1-ply tape pretty quick. 4 will take you some effort. So I'll put probably 4-ply of blue tape here, or masking tape, something like that. I will mark all of the frets, 12 through 22 again, and I will go at those one more time, so that my frets from the 12th fret to the 22nd fret will all be lower, and so there'll be a drop off of the frets, okay? Because if any frets are high on the fingerboard, I certainly don't want them to be the last ones, okay? When I'm done doing that, then I will take a crowning file. Okay, this is my Music Nomad S file. This is an Amazon crowning file. You can buy a very inexpensive file like this on the Zon, but just know that it's going to chew your frets up if you're not super careful. I have a very expensive StewMac 300 grit kind of crowning file here. I don't use it any longer. My Music Nomad S file, the best crowning file that I've had with a safe zone built into it, is what I'm going to be using. This is a fret rocker called a Fret Kisser. This is the StewMac Fret Kisser that we won't be using. But anyway, I guess I'm doing show and tell today. By the way, sometimes we talk about fret erasers. That is for when your frets are just grungy and you're trying to get funk off of them. It's basically like a sandpaper style eraser, just like an eraser on a pencil, but they have grit to them, so they will clean your frets, okay? They won't file them. In basic Luthier kits, sometimes you'll get sanding blocks, kind of like these. I have used them, clearly, you can tell. I've got tool marks on them, but I really don't like them. So if I'm not using that, why am I showing it to you? Well, maybe all you can afford in a basic Luthier kit. You can get things done with inexpensive tools. You really can. I would just want you to be aware of some of the challenges of using these inexpensive tools. But the most important part in all of this, okay, now you're going to watch me do this in fast forward, so it's going to look like I'm really going to town on this thing. Guys, I count every stroke. I count every pass. That's the way I keep track of what I'm doing. You can find your own rhythm and do your own thing, but I count every stroke and every pass. Now, the other thing is, be patient. particularly, man, if you're just getting into this, you don't want to do any of this quick, fast, in a hurry. You don't want to get in a rush. Be patient. Give yourself grace, Jack. Lots and lots of grace. All right, well, that's enough talking about all this. Let me get on with the show, baby.
If it's a day called today, come rain, sleet, or snow, we're talking guitars and a life jack. Get your popcorn, a Diet Coke, and come on to the show. Let's go. TED Talks, guitars, and a life. TED Talks, guitars, and a life. TED Talks, guitars, and a life. Once upon a Tuesday night, TED talking guitars and a life. If it's a day called today, another guitar, some stories, and a video. Lots of cool folks are gathering in the comment section. Get your beverage, your favorite snack, and come on to the show. Let's go. Come on, Jack. Get up to get down. Let's get into it. TED Talks, guitars, and life. TED Talks, guitars, and life. TED Talks, guitars, and life. Once upon it's Tuesday night, Ted's talking guitars and life.
Well, all right, my friends. Usually this is where I would say we don't hide our mistakes at TED Talks, Guitars, and Life. However, I don't believe I did anything wrong by way of a mistake here. So when I pulled the tape off the board, a piece of this fingerboard kind of fell off. Look at this, guys. You see that? Yeah, guys. This piece right here belongs in that hole, and you can tell there's a bit more that came out. I don't know where that went. But guys, I had the board taped up, man. So again, this is Jatoba wood. When I put that in the Googler, the best I can come up with is Brazilian cherry. Now the downside to all this is I don't have any clear CA glue anymore. My clear glue turned black. I'm not quite sure when that happened. I think it's because I've been interchanging these, yeah, I probably did that, guys. Anyway, I don't really care about that. A dark color would be better than a light color, I think. So I'm thinking what I'm going to do is put some CA glue on there. I'm going to try to get that piece down in there as close as I can. And, yeah, man, CA glue that bad boy in there and see what happens, Jack. Let me just do that while we're hanging out talking about guitars and life. So that hole right there, guys, I don't know if this is a Jatoba wood issue. I don't know if this is a quality control issue. Maybe, I don't know, guys. I did the same thing to this guitar neck that I do to all of them. This has never happened. So I don't really know. I didn't notice anything there, but the placement of that, it would not be uncommon for me to bend my treble E string on that fret right there, okay? So when I do that, I don't want my string to get caught up under it. So I need a flat-ish surface there, even if it's discolored. So I think what I should probably do is get my tape back out. and kind of tape around it a little bit. See if I can't kind of get this done. Now, what are you guys working on, man? Anybody got any exciting, anything exciting like this you're working on? I don't think that's very exciting. Yeah, well, you wouldn't, Mr. Critic. Nobody likes you, bro. I keep telling you. Okay guys, I'm going to put a little bit of 400 on a wood block. Yeah man, I pray man that whatever you guys are doing today, man, that you're surrounded by people who love and affirm you, baby. Yeah man, people who get you, you know what I'm saying, man? People who feel you, people who support you in all things guitars and life, jig. Yeah man, that's what each and every one of you are to me. Man, you guys are the reason I have a channel, man. Yeah, you really are. I mean that with my whole heart, man. I can't tell you how much I value you. I value our friendships that we've been building on the channel, man. I value our time on Tuesday night, man. What a blessing it is for me, man, to get to hang out with you cats, man. Yeah, man, I really do enjoy our time spent together. I hope you guys enjoy it as much as I do, man. I really do. All right, well, that is nothing like precision sandpaper block like my dear friend 2-Bike Micast, but that's gonna have to do for us, chick. Don't look, Mike. Don't look, Ethel. All right, guys, so I'm gonna be taking my sandpaper and I'm gonna try to sand some of that funk off. It's really unfortunate, man, because I thought those frets looked pretty good. I thought the whole fingerboard looked pretty good, truthfully, guys. So, Jay, I still have oil in my chair, man. Anyway, all right. Well, let me just kind of do something like this, I guess, guys. Well, that's just an eyesore, isn't it? Now, I do have, obviously I have stain, but, and I may need to do something, man, because this is, that is really discoloring that whole situation. My concern is too strong a word, is that the CA glue clearly isn't going to take stain, right? And you can tell how that CA glued piece in there, the only thing that I'm sanding is all around it. And I'm going to close my eyes and I can kind of sort of feel it, just barely. So I'm going to keep doing it. I know it's ugly, guys. Just take a breath, man. Functionality. Just keep thinking functionality, man. Shoot, I'm going to have to sand it this way a little bit, I think. Oh, my goodness. Oh, that's the wrong fret. Ha! 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 Oh. How can you tell when Ted's tired? Well, he does dumb things like that. This guy, how did he get a YouTube channel? I don't know, Jack. I keep telling you, it ain't that hard. All right, guys. Well, we've got Pandalaria now. I wonder if I put conditioning oil, if that'll come back to life. I don't think I need to put any product on there, guys. Oh, man, let me just make this kind of even Steven, I guess, man. There we go. We'll just get the ugly all over it. Anyway, that's what we're rocking, guys. Something like that. And the main thing is it's smooth. If you're wondering why I have gloves on, every time I do fretwork on a maple board, even though this is finished pretty well, I always end up with debris on my hands, and I grab the back of the neck and it goes everywhere. So guys, not to be prescriptive, but just kind of maybe a little tip. Keep some baby wipes on your shop bench, man. Learned that from Torsten about a year ago. It's been a real good lifesaver for me. So let me grab my conditioning oil. I don't think conditioning oil is going to bring any color back, but we'll find out together, baby. Yeah, man, so the old AKLOT guitar neck is, man, it's quite the adventure, isn't it? Jatoba wood. I'd never heard of Jatoba wood before, but there's a lot of things I hadn't heard of before. Actually, I'm going to take my glove off for this activity right here, guys. So this is Dunlop 65. This is my preferred conditioning oil for rosewood boards. It's just what I use, guys. Use whatever you want, man. Boy, if it would just stay that pretty, man, we'd be in business. But I'm pretty sure when I dry it, it's going to go back to dull. But I love the way fingerboards look when they're moist, man. Shows, man. Poppin' jack. Yep. All right, guys. Dunlop 65 fretboard ultimate lemon oil. This guy's using his fingers. You're not new. You know I'm going to use my fingers. That's why the good Lord gave me fingers, Jack. To rub conditioning into a fingerboard, baby. That's why they call it a fingerboard. Yeah, man. I ain't lying, shoot. See, man, if it would stay like that, man, that'd be a pretty board. How pretty is that? But I'm going to dry it in a minute, and it's going to get all dull, probably. Or maybe I have to eat my words, man. Wouldn't be the first time. I make plenty of mistakes in the channel, guys. I try to own it, man. Ain't no smoke and mirrors here, man. It's just Ted being Ted, baby. What you see is what you get. What you see is what you get. I might as well just go get this off my hand by rubbing on this headstock, man. I might as well, shoot. Ain't gonna hurt nothing. Don't ever do that. Well, I don't know if you're supposed to do it or not. It's Ted Talks Guitars and Life. You didn't expect me to know what I was doing, did you? All right, guys. I'm gonna let that sit up for a minute. I'm not gonna let it sit on there for an hour. I'm gonna let it sit there for a few minutes. And then we'll come back and we'll finish this little exercise up. Somebody said something today about, commented on one of the vids. Man, you're sure expecting a lot from AKLOT. And I said, well, man, you know, I can tell you what about AKLOT. Man, they're corresponding with me. They are responding to what I'm pointing out as needs for their product. I'm having a great time talking to them, Jack. But I think that's an interesting point, you know, that the person raised. They were like, well, you know, man, I think you're expecting too much. You know, and that's what people do, man. I mean, even, you know, when you buy a product and it's inexpensive, at some point, somebody's going to say, yeah, man, but it was only $100 or something like that. But I think, guys, you know, man, in today's guitar market, you can get a whole lot of guitar for $179. AKA Tease. Oh man, look at this. You guys see this? Let me get you guys in here closer, man. Stand by. Is it me? Or are there other signs of chipping right here? You see that? That is a piece of chipped fingerboard waiting to happen. There's some more up there. That's really, I've never seen anything quite like this. Guys, I didn't do the fret ends. I didn't take a file down there. Man, what is the deal with that? All of these frets down here are showing signs of cracking. Yeah, guys, so as pretty of a board as that is, I've never seen a fingerboard break this easily. this chipping on the, it's not chipped, but if I've tried, I could chip it. I can see the outline of chips right there, right there, right there, right there, right there, and right there. And clearly we had our chippage situation here in a big way. So I don't know, guys, is Jatoba wood pretty? Yeah, that's pretty, man. I like that. Except for my fun activity down here. But pretty, man. Give me functionality, man. I don't care anything about pretty. So if I close my eyes and do this, man, I think my string's gonna catch just a little bit right there. Man, that's a bad day, guys. I may have to go more in the paint on that. I gotta have that flat, man. It's got to be flat. Flat to the touch. So when I put strings on it, I guess I'll figure out what I need to do from there. But anyway, guys, that's where we are on the neck of the AKLOT kit guitar. Well, we're gonna come back in the next video about the AKLOT kit guitar and tackle that body jack. Ought to be a good ride. Well, guys, I can't thank y'all enough for spending any time at all with me talking about guitars and life. Special shout out to the Jacks, our channel members, and to all of you who are buying merch, man, for your love, support, encouragement, and constant edification. Man, oh man, you guys are the best. Well, as always, wherever you are in your guitar journey, I pray it's a long, smooth, safe, joy-filled ride for you, Jack. Hey, rock on with your bad selves, everybody. Catch you down the road.